Why the Houthis attack ships at sea. The hidden war in the water. In the vast, turbulent waters of the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, a shadow conflict unfolds, not between navies, but between an insurgent movement and the global order. At the heart of this confrontation are the Houthis, a Yemeni rebel group that has turned the sea into a new front in their long-running war. Why are the Houthis attacking commercial and military ships? What do they hope to achieve? And how did a local rebellion in Yemen become a threat to one of the world's busiest maritime routes? This is a story of rebellion, geopolitics, ideology, and strategy, far beyond what headlines reveal. Who are the Houthis? The Houthis, officially known as Ansar Allah, Partisans of God, are a Zaidi Shia rebel group originating in northern Yemen. Initially formed in the 1990s as a religious revivalist movement, they gradually evolved into a political and militant force, especially after the collapse of Yemen's central government in the 2010s. By 2015, the Houthis had seized the capital city, Sana'a, sparking a civil war that drew in regional powers, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and, indirectly, Iran. But as their ground war expanded, so did their reach, out into the sea. Why the sea matters. The Red Sea, linking the Indian Ocean to the Mediterranean via the Suez Canal, is one of the world's busiest maritime corridors. Every year, over 10% of global trade passes through this narrow stretch, including oil shipments from the Middle East to Europe and Asia. For the Houthis, attacking vessels in these waters isn't random, it's a calculated strategy. It serves multiple purposes: leverage against global powers. By threatening international shipping, the Houthis grab attention. They insert themselves into global headlines and compel Western and regional powers to respond. Pressure on Israel and the West. Many attacks since late 2023 have been framed by the Houthis as acts of solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza. The group claims to target ships connected to Israel or Western nations supporting it, trying to project influence beyond Yemen. Retaliation and disruption. The attacks serve as a form of asymmetric warfare, low-cost, high-impact actions designed to disrupt enemies far stronger than themselves. Damaging a cargo ship or forcing it to reroute costs little but causes global ripples. Alliance with Iran. Allegedly backed by Iran, the Houthis act as a proxy force in the larger regional power struggle. Their maritime operations, including drone and missile strikes, align with Iranian geopolitical interests, especially in challenging Western and Gulf influence. The global consequences. The attacks have not only disrupted shipping lanes but also raised the cost of global trade. Insurance premiums for vessels passing through the Red Sea have spiked. Many companies have rerouted ships around the Cape of Good Hope, adding weeks of travel time and millions in fuel costs. This ripple effect contributes to inflation, logistical delays, and broader uncertainty in already fragile global supply chains. Moreover, it has escalated military involvement. In response to Houthi strikes, the US and UK have launched airstrikes on Houthi positions in Yemen. A naval coalition now patrols key waterways, but the threat remains persistent and adaptive. The bigger picture? Strategy over power. The Houthis do not possess a navy in the traditional sense. They lack aircraft carriers, submarines, or destroyers. Yet through low-tech but high-impact attacks, they've inserted themselves into the global conversation. Their strategy mirrors that of other non-state actors: create disruption, generate visibility, and force more powerful adversaries to expend resources. In this sense, their attacks are not just about hitting ships, they're about projecting power without needing dominance. It's also part of a broader ideological narrative. The Houthis frame their actions as resistance against oppression, casting themselves as defenders of regional justice, even as critics accuse them of using civilian suffering and maritime chaos for leverage. Can it be stopped? That remains the urgent question. While Western naval patrols can intercept some threats, the geographic advantage lies with the Houthis. They operate from a rugged coastline with many launch points, and their tactics are difficult to preempt. Diplomatic solutions remain complicated, tied to Yemen's ongoing civil war and larger regional tensions. Without a political settlement, the attacks are unlikely to stop, because for the Houthis, the sea has become a battleground for visibility, ideology, and leverage. Conclusion. A small force, a global impact. The Houthis' maritime attacks are not random acts of violence. They're part of a sophisticated play for relevance and influence. Subscribe for more videos.